So this question says the function a of t equals 12 times 2 to the t over 6 models the number of water hyacinths in a population over time, where a of t is the number of water hyacinths. Okay, so let's keep that in mind. So all this represents the number of water hyacinths. And t is the time in days. Okay, so is time in days since the population was first measured. Which is the best interpretation of 2 to the t over 6 in this context? So here's what I like to do before looking at the answer choices. Anytime I see a variable in my exponent, I want to think about, well, what happens when that variable equals 0? Like, what does that even mean? So t equaling 0 means that there have been no days since the population was measured, right? So if t were 0, we'd have 2 to the 0 over 6, which is just equal to 2 to the 0, which is equal to 1. So, and then for us, right, that 1 would then get multiplied by 12. So in this case, we'd have a of t equals 12 in this case, right? So that tells us that there were 12 water hyacinths in the population before there were any days that passed in terms of the population being measured. Now, the next thing that I think about for these exponents with variables, especially if there's a fraction like what we have in this case, is how do I get that to be 1? Well, in order for this to be 1, I'd have to get t equal to 6, right? Because if t equals 6, then I'd have 2 to the 6 over 6, which is equal to 2 over 1, 2 to the 1, obviously, which is just equal to 2. And then our a of t in that case would end up being 12 times 2, which is 24. So what happened? We went from 12 at day 0, basically, to 24 at day 6. So we doubled. So every 6 days, there's a doubling. That's my understanding of this. This is how it helps me to get my mind wrapped around it. So choice A here says the number of water hyacinths doubled t times. No, right? Because when t is 6, it didn't double 6 times, right? So that's gone. Choice B, the number of water hyacinths doubled every 6 days. Absolutely yes, right? Absolutely yes. That's what we just proved. So B has to be the right answer. I'll look at the other ones though. C, the number of water hyacinths increased by 2 every t over 6 days. No, that's not true. And D, the number of water hyacinths increased by 2 every t days. No, the number of water hyacinths doubled every 6 days. So I hadn't looked at this answer choices prior to describing all of this. It's just a good strategy to use when you see exponents or variables in the exponents on the SAT. So hopefully that little strategy helps you.